Good morning, everyone, from yet another new place. Today we are in Amber Cove, Dominican Republic. We're here till 6 and it's just now 10, so I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I haven't decided where yet. I had Emerils on the list to do today for breakfast, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna hold to that or just like go back to Big Chicken because I'm obsessed with that. But it's gonna be a good day. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Go down below and subscribe. Have a lot more Carnival Mardi Gras content to come. Have a lot more Carnival content to come over the next couple of months. You're gonna want to see all that. So let's get this day started. Look at this, brand new ship and it's starting to show wear and tear already. Look at that, it's breaking down everywhere. Oh no. Here's the line this morning for Java Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 or 10. There's more behind me, so probably about 10, 15 deep right now at 10:20 a.m. So just to give you a little perspective, and of course the ship is only 70% full, so imagine if it were 100% full, the line that would be here. So here now at Emeril's Bistro, and this is one where you actually walk up to the counter and order first, and then come and have a seat. I think they're going to give me a number once I order, and then I'll come sit down with the number, and then they'll bring the food out to me. Alright, so never mind on Emeril's. I actually wanted to get the sweet potato waffles. And they don't have them today, they said, because of a technical difficulty. So maybe we'll try again tomorrow or another day of the cruise. We still have 3 days left. So we'll try to get back to Emeril's when they have the sweet potato waffles, so we can really try those out and be happy with what we order and not just, you know, order something as a default. So we'll try Emeril's again. Probably gonna head back up now to Lido and grab something for breakfast up there. So just went with the faithful and trusty Big Chicken for breakfast, and I actually asked them to improvise their bacon, I think bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and put me some chicken on there, the fries, and of course got my typical chocolate milk. So it's not Emeril's, but it's probably even better maybe. Now, being here right up this close to the ship, you actually get a very good sense of how huge it is. It's a huge ship. When you're on it, it doesn't feel, it feels large as you walk around it, but when you're off of it, you're standing right next to it like this. Having been next to so many other Carnival ships and so many other, a couple of other Royal ships, you can tell that this one is absolutely massive, and it is a beautiful ship as well. Plans today. In all honesty, Amber Cove is not really my favorite. I've been here before and it just doesn't seem like there's much to do in the port area, and the excursions weren't that attractive to me either. So I think I'm probably just going to walk around the port area a little bit, check out some of the shops. I mostly just wanted to get off and to get this view of the Mardi Gras, and I got some pictures of that, so we're definitely doing that. But other than that, I don't have an excursion or anything. You probably deduced that already from how late I'm getting off the ship. It's almost noon. But we're here till 6 p.m. so I can take my time just meandering about the port area, looking at some of the shops. We'll check out the pool over here and sort of give you a good idea of what's here at Amber Cove. But other than that, not a whole lot planned. So you're going to see all the free stuff that's available to you if you come here. Right when you get off the ship, it's a short walk down the pier. here to the port area, and then we'll see what's all in here for you to get into on your day in Amber Cove. Come on the Mardi Gras when you come. This ship's amazing. So Carnival does own and operate this entire port area. However, unlike a lot of the other private island experiences, there is no free food here. Everything you have to pay for. So here's the menu for this restaurant here. You have to pay for everything. So keep that in mind, that you're not going to find the free food that you'll find at other private island experiences. Some of the activities that they have here is a basketball that you can play. You also saw coming overhead with some zip lining that you can do for an additional fee. There's also a tiny little kids water playground area here. Of course, there's the big pool. There's also cabanas out here on the water that you can rent for the day. You rent those on Carnival shore excursion page. Looks like they have also some hammocks and loungers over here, sort of shaded on the little lawn. They also have a place for a photo op over there. Yeah, this is pretty much the, other than the shopping area, which we'll see in just a moment, this is pretty much the extent of the activities here at Amber Cove, at least in the Carnival controlled port area. Of course they have a Diamonds International, because what would a port be without one? And then I think down here they have it set up sort of like a little marketplace with a lot of various local vendors, and you can sort of walk through, and a lot of this is like handmade goods and crafts that folks have made that you can buy. So it's sort of like a little market. You can come out the backside over here and have really good views of the ship if you want to get some selfies or some photos, or make some FaceTime calls home and make folks jealous. Or if you're a vlogger, you want to come back here and get some shots, you come back behind the shops and get those shots. I don't know if you guys can read it from here or not, but if you see the center portion of the Mardi Gras right there, there's a banner hanging just below all those windows, and that's the grand atrium area where you can see those panoramic views of the ocean. It says security warning, keep 50 yards away, and I've not seen that on a ship before, and I'm kind of curious, you know, why that's there. I guess maybe because it's a new ship and they know folks will be trying to get their boats up next to it to take photos or something when it leaves, particularly the US, or maybe they're worried about the Pirates of the Caribbean coming and trying to loot this brand new ship. I don't know, but that's I've not seen that before. That's peculiar. So here's the sea salt gifts, and then right by here is actually the area where you will come to meet excursions, to get taxis. There's also a rental car company right here if you want to rent a car for the day, but it's right here under this awning is where you're gonna sort of leave the area of the Amber Cove port area that's run and maintained by Carnival. If you come in right over there in the main area and you walk all the way back here in the corner to get here in order to get to those places. Here in the middle of the shopping area is a stamp here, so you can actually get your passport stamped. And I don't see any activity on the inside. Let's see what's going on around here and if it's open right now with the pandemic and everything. Yeah, so you can come right in here and get your passport stamp if you want to get that Dominican Republic stamp. There's also some information about the Dominican Republic and the culture here. So if you just want a little cultural adventure when you're in Amber Cove, you can come here and learn a little bit more about the Dominican Republic and get those passports stamped. So in all the shops, when you go in, like here's one called Shark Attack, there's someone standing in the door with a bottle of hand sanitizer, making sure you put hand sanitizer on in each location. So that's a pretty smart idea right now, given the circumstances. So now we're headed back to get back on the ship after only about 25 minutes or so here in Amber Cove. So I actually remembered street eats today. I've been meaning to eat here for several days of the cruise, but finally got there today. At the home fry section, they had buffalo tater tots. So it's like tater tots with some buffalo sauce, looks like some ranch and some corn. And then I totally forget what this is. It was at the Mad Sizzle, but I don't even remember what it was called, but it looks pretty good. And I'm excited to try street eats for the first time. So good evening. It is almost 5:30. We only have about 30 minutes left before we sail from Amber Cove toward our final port of Nassau, Bahamas. Gonna head down in just a moment to get some Guy's Pig and Anchor. You might remember that I went there a couple nights ago, however, wasn't able to get any dinner as the service was just so slow. So I'm gonna try to go right at 5:30, which is when they open. Hopefully I'll get seated and get good service right off the bat. But just one more last look at Amber Cove. But we'll be back in Amber Cove in September. The first week of September, I'm going on the Carnival Horizon, and this is one of our port calls. So gonna be back then. So that's really why I didn't do a whole lot today, because I know I'll be back very, very soon. So here, let's have one more look of Amber Cove. And the nice little port area here. It's very pretty. The mountains back there. And then the turquoise green water below. Earlier today when I got back, I did record a room review. So if you're curious about what a centered balcony room looks like on the Carnival Mardi Gras, make sure you go check out that video already on the channel. So seated right at 5:30, and I show you it's 5:30 because remember I came here the other day and sat here for about 20 minutes before anyone ever even came to the table, and I got up and left. So let's see if the service is maybe a little bit faster for us tonight. Right here, looking out the back door to the patio area, the summer landing area of the ship, where you got the pool in the back of the ship. So yeah, let's see what the experience is like here at Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse tonight. Picked the brisket and the pulled pork, and also going to try out that prime rib because that sounds good. And then for sides, I'm going to get some slaw, some onion strings, and french fries, and then going to opt for the Mississippi mud pie for dessert. So my food just came here is the brisket, 18-hour brisket, the pulled pork and the slaw. This looks a lot like what you can get at the barbecue that's free. And of course this is free too, but it looks like what you can get at the barbecue on sea days. And then also, here are the onion straws, the fries, and then the prime rib. Now the prime rib was $14, but this is a very thick slab of prime rib. So I think it's pretty much worth that. So gonna dig into this. Finally, here's the Mississippi nut pie for dessert with ice cream. Guys, was really good. The only thing I would have had a problem with was the portion sizes. You only got just very little meat. So I feel like it's almost just as good to go there for lunch and get all the meat that you want, because the meat really tasted just the same. Of course, they're smoking the meat all the same, so I think that's probably the same quality meat. The sides were good. I had the crispy onion straws, the fries, which were good. They're the same fries that you get at Guy's Burger Joint. And the prime rib was good. The prime rib, like I said, was $14 additional, but it was a really good cut of prime rib. It was very thick, and it was also smoked, so very, very tender, very good piece of meat. So enjoyed my experience there. And then last night I got into a bunch of comedy and stuff, and the night really got away from me.